would you do if you found yourself trapped in an underwater maze with no way out and no one to help you? Imagine diving into the serene, beautiful caves of Hawaii, only to resurface and find yourself alone and lost. This is the chilling reality Gregory Wilhelm faced on a fateful day as he plunged deeper into the dark waters, unsure if he'd ever make it back. At the Fragments of Truth, we will dissect this mysterious story that continues to baffle many. It remains unclear how a young, healthy, and skilled swimmer become trapped in a labyrinth of underwater caves, with limited time to choose the right path to safety. The situation tragically took a turn for the worse. The freshwater caves of Waianapanapa in Hawaii are renowned as one of the most stunning swimming destinations in the world. Every year, thousands of tourists visit the cliffs and float in the warm waters, often unaware of the tragic events that have occurred there. Many mistakenly believe they don't need proper diving equipment because they plan to dive for only a few seconds and return immediately. This captivating location offers isolation from the typical tourist crowds and an abundance of beautiful natural scenery. As you travel deeper into rural Maui, the road twists along the shoreline, revealing waterfalls, historic bridges, and other scenic features. Tourists enjoy the warm, shallow, and calm waters surrounded by mesmerizing rock formations. The bravest decide to dive into the underwater world, navigating the maze-like system of caves. However, it's easy to lose one's sense of direction amid such beauty. While most tourists eventually swim back to safety, not all are so fortunate. Gregory Wilhelm, a 33-year-old from Novato, California, had a deep love for the outdoors. He enjoyed activities such as the Campfire Youth Summer Program and the Boy Scouts, where he forged lasting friendships through hiking, camping, and road trips. On a beautiful Sunday afternoon, January 29, 2017, along with 3 friends from Maui, found themselves in Hana on the island of Maui. They ventured into Waianapanapa State Park, spending time swimming before deciding to explore the nearby caves. It is unclear if they had planned this adventure beforehand, although there may have been some prior discussions about exploring the caves. Consisting of 2 men and 2 women, took a plunge into the swimming hole near the cave's entrance, enjoying the cool water while keeping an eye on the light streaming in from the entrance. Gregory, showing courage, decided to venture further into the cave with one of his male companions, leaving the 2 women behind at the opening. Gregory improvised by using his phone as a flashlight, securing it in a Ziploc bag. If they had planned this exploration, they would likely have brought a proper flashlight instead of relying on a phone. This impromptu solution suggests they may not have fully understood the risks of entering the caves. As they ventured into the darkness, they quickly discovered that the water level in the Waianapanapa caves can vary dramatically. Areas that are usually submerged may reveal air chambers, while others that are typically above water can become flooded. Additionally, as the day progresses, sunlight disappears almost instantly as you move deeper into the caves due to their geographical positioning. After walking a few feet into the cave, water reached their waists, and they encountered a boulder blocking their path. Beneath the boulder lay a deep area that many divers enjoy exploring. Lacking the right equipment for prolonged underwater exploration, he decided to dive for just a minute or so before resurfacing. Gregory's friend followed him, as he was the only one with a phone for light. Once underwater, they realized the depth was much greater than expected. Despite this, Gregory's curiosity drove him to explore further. As they entered one of the passages, his friend grew anxious and decided to swim back up without informing Gregory, who had already ventured too far ahead. Eventually, Gregory felt the need for air and turned back, but all he saw was darkness behind him. In a panic, he began searching frantically for a way out and stumbled upon a chamber with air. Typically submerged, this chamber had enough space for a brief moment of rest. However, Gregory knew he couldn't stay there long and had to make a quick decision before running out of air. Meanwhile, Gregory's friend waited at the spot where they had dived in, but there was no sign of him, only silent water. Concerned, the 2 other friends began to search deeper into the cave. They eventually found Gregory, who was panicking and disoriented. They couldn't believe how quickly he had disappeared underwater. Realizing that his life might be in danger, Gregory's friend made a brave decision. Knowing that no one else could save Gregory due to their remote location and the rescue services being on the opposite side of the island, he turned around and swam back into the darkness alone. After a 3rd dive, Gregory's companion finally saw a faint glimmer of light in the distance. As he swam towards it, the light grew brighter. Eventually, he discovered that it was Gregory's phone flashlight. Afraid of getting lost himself, he instructed the 2 women to yell so he could find his way back. However, when he picked up the phone, Gregory was nowhere to be found. He hurried back to the women, who took the phone and quickly exited the cave to call the Hana Fire Department, which contacted a rescue crew. Later reports suggested that Gregory, trapped in a tight space surrounded by rock and water, lost his sense of direction direction and had to guess which way to swim. As panic set in, he kept diving back and forth but could not find a way out. This situation was desperate, even for someone as resourceful and skilled as he was. After what felt like an eternity of frantic searching, a glimmer of hope appeared in the form of a passage ahead. Unfortunately, luck was not on Gregory's side. He chose the wrong path, complicating his situation further. When he attempted to retrace his steps, it was too late. Time had run out, and he could not escape. Despite his brave efforts, Gregory could not make it out and ultimately succumbed to the darkness below. After the rescue team retrieved his body, they found him 75 feet deep in the cave, while his phone floated in the opposite direction. An empty air pocket was discovered just 20 feet away from where Gregory and his friend lost sight of each other. This tragic event cut short the life of a determined man, leaving a profound void in the hearts of those who cared for him.